As we continue to celebrate Pride Month, we're taking a closer look at Native American communities and the identity of those who are Two-Spirit.
Brianna Albizu explores the history and power of this term.
Sihas and Hope.
My great-grandmother who helped raise me was 109 and a really traditional Diné person.
A proud Native American with a big passion for culture.
Two-Spirit is a really lovely term.
Hope identifies as Two-Spirit, a male-bodied or female-bodied person with a masculine or feminine essence.
So I'm intersex and I am perceived oftentimes as a woman, and biologically I have really high testosterone levels.
That means Hope's body functions a bit differently. They don't have menstrual cycles and may not even be able to have kids.
We don't assign gender, we actually allow people to take up those roles, however they identify themselves.
In Diné culture, this is called nagle, which loosely translates to one in a constant state of change.
My people will recognize me oftentimes as somebody who is feminine presenting, but I do a lot of different roles that are considered more masculine, whether it's in ceremony or just in like my everyday life.
An identity dating back to the 1400s. History shows many tribal communities respected the idea until things took a turn.
When colonization had first happened, those are the first communities that were completely genocided. There were entire villages of Two-Spirit people who were killed off because they didn't understand who we were.
Centuries later, questions still remain for many when it comes to gender identity and sexual orientation. But thankfully for Hope, family members were accepting since the very beginning.
She really didn't force any specific gender roles on me and my sibling. My sibling is also LGBTQ and identifies as Two-Spirit. And we were really just given the space to be ourselves.
Still, they've seen changes with fitting in and say more needs to be done.
I see a lot more acceptance, but I also have seen a lot of violence. And so it's hard to say that it feels better or it feels like we're more accepted. I just think that we're more visible.
From educational awareness to keeping supporters close.
Like, love yourself and to respect yourself. That's something that my grandmas have always told me, is to walk as a dignified person and love yourself and respect yourself, because not everybody is going to.
And remembering who you truly are. Reporting in Albuquerque, Brianna Albizu, KOAT Action 7 News.
If you're interested in learning more about Two-Spirit, resources are available at the Transgender Resource Center of New Mexico and the LGBTQ+ Resource Center at UNM.